Good morning, everyone. We have a short talk this morning, so we can get out and raise our flag. Finishing up Merging with Śiva, chapter 47, entitled The Two Perfections of Our Soul, from 1981. Lesson 328, continued. As you unfold spiritually, it is difficult to explain what you find that you know. At first you feel light shining within, and that light you think you have created with your mind, and yet you find that as you quiet your mind, you can see that light again and again, and it becomes brighter and brighter. And then you begin to wonder, what is in the center of that light? If it is the light of my true being, why does it not quiet the mind? Then as you live the so-called good life, a life that treats your conscience right, that light does get brighter and brighter, and as you contemplate it, you pierce through into the center of that light, and you begin to see the various beautiful forms more beautiful than the physical world has to offer, beautiful colors in that fourth dimensional realm, more beautiful than this material world has to offer. And then you say to yourself, why forms, why color, when the scriptures tell me that I am timeless, causeless, and formless? And you seek only for the colorless color and the formless form. But the mind, in its various and varied happenings, like a perpetual cinema play, pulls you down and keeps you hidden within its ramifications. Lesson 329, to the depths of your being. In your constant striving to control that mind, your soul comes into action as a manifestation of will, and you quiet more and more of that mind and enter into a deeper state of contemplation where you see a scintillating light more radiant than the sun, and as it bursts within you, you begin to know that you are the cause of that light which you apparently see. And in that knowing you cling to it as a drowning man clings to a stick of wood floating upon the ocean. You cling to it and the will grows stronger. The mind becomes calm to your understanding of experience and how experience has become created. As your mind releases its hold on you of its desires and cravings, you dive deeper, fearlessly into the center of this blazing avalanche of light, losing your consciousness in that which is beyond consciousness. And as you come back into the mind, you not only see the mind for what it is, you see the mind for what it isn't. You are free and you find men and women bound, and what you find you are not attached to because binder and the bound are one. You become the path, you become the way, you are the light, and as you watch souls unfold, some choose the path of the spirit, some choose the path of the mind. As you watch and wonder, your wondering is in itself a contemplation of the universe, and on the brink of the absolute you look into the mind, and one tiny atom magnifies itself greater than the entire universe, and you see at a glance evolution from the beginning to end, inside and out, in that one small atom. Again, as you leave external form and dive into that light which you become, You realize beyond realization a knowing deeper than thinking, a knowing deeper than understanding, a knowing which is the very, very depth of your being. You realize immortality, that you are immortal. This body but a shell when it fades, this mind but an encasement when it fades. Even in their fading, there is no reality. And as you come out of that samadhi, you realize you are the spirit. You become that spirit. You actually are that spirit consciously. If you could say spirit has a consciousness. You are that spirit in every living soul. You realize you are that, which everyone in their intelligent state or their ignorant state, everyone is striving for. A realization of that spirit that you are. And then again, for brief interludes, you might come into the conscious mind and relate life to a past and a future, and tarry there but for a while. But in a moment of concentration, your eye resting on a single line of a scripture or anything that holds the interest of the mind, the illusion of past and future fades. And again, you become that light, that life deep within every living form, timeless, causeless, spaceless. Then we say, why after having realized the self do you hold a form? Do you hold a consciousness of mind? Why? The answer is but simple and complete. You do not of yourself. You do not. But every promise made must have its fulfillment, and promises to close devotees, and the desire that they hold for realization of their true being, hold this form, this mind, in a lower conscious state. Were the devotees and disciples to release their desires for realization, but for 1 minute, their Satguru would be no more. Once having realized the self, you are free of time, cause, and change. Thank you very much. We'll have a nice parade and flag raising.